Good morning, nation. Let me be the first one to welcome you to the beautiful island of Curaçao. So today we are in port from 7:15 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon. I've been here plenty of times before, but everybody I'm with has never been here before. Now that we're off the ship and everybody is with me, we're all in line. We're heading over to the Queen Emma Bridge. Let's hope we get stuck and you're coming along with us. Let's roll that intro. So as we're walking through the port, I kind of feel like I've never been here. And the reason that is because the last time I was here, the cruise ship pulled up and all that was here is the fort, right? So you would walk through the fort and do all of that stuff. Well, now they have a new casino, they have a Renaissance hotel, they have all of this stuff that's here. And this is all new to me. This was all never here before. The only thing that I remember from when I was here is literally walking through the fort. Now, it's been quite some time since I've been here. We're talking over a decade, right? I think 2011, 2012 was the last time I was here. But it's really neat to see how much they upgraded just this part of the port. And what I'm really excited about is this platform here. So it literally gives me a view from inside the fort up high to be able to check out the ship and the Caribbean Sea and all that stuff. So we're gonna walk through the fort. I'll show you everything that's on the inside that is new to me because that's exciting. And we're gonna get into some trouble. People keep asking me what's one thing I like to get from here. You can either get blue Curaçao, it's made here on the island. You can get orange and all of that too. But they have a really great coconut rum. So I'm gonna try and find that coconut rum while I'm here. I remember it, it's delicious. It goes down super sweet and super smooth. So let's see if we can't find it. You shall not pass. Get out of my fortress. Man, again, with the medieval stuff. I don't know what it is with forts and castles, but it just makes me feel so medieval. Now keep in mind, it's only 8:50 in the morning and things are still closed. It's a relatively early port day today. We were allowed to get off the ship at 7:15 and we're back on board at 2:30. That's all aboard. So it's a relatively quick, short, early day. The temperature today is 90 plus degrees with a feel like of 107. So it's definitely going to be one of those warm days in port. But again, you're in the Southern Caribbean. You got to expect it. So we're going to do the best. We're going to have a great day, do some shopping, do some looking around, and just have fun exploring Curaçao. I'm so excited for the bridge. So excited. Even though it's a hot day, it's a beautiful day. I feel sun-kissed in Curaçao. We're making our way over to the Emma Bridge, and I really hope that they get to experience being stuck on the bridge as it swings open. Now, you don't know the time the bridge is going to open and vessels are going to come through, but you kind of got to play it by ear, right? You sit on the bridge for a little bit, things like that. Like I said, it's a 90-degree plus day, so sitting out on the open bridge probably isn't the smartest thing to do. So we're going to go across the bridge, go into Curaçao town a little bit more, do a little walking around, a little shopping, and hopefully on the way back be able to get stuck on the swing bridge. For those of you who don't know, what I'm referring to is the Queen Emma Bridge swings open. It's got a boat motor on one side, and when vessels come through, it swings open, and then when they pass through, it swings back. So it's a cool little bridge. They have little stadium seating here for you to watch it happen as a tourist, but it's pretty fascinating to be stuck in the middle of it as it's opening. So check it out.
I saw the city passing by my window. Was in the crowd, but I felt so alone. Looked at my phone like every other second. My future was blurry and numb. A tunnel where there's no light. Oh, but then you came and sat right next to me. Your eyes, they glowed and filled say that everything is alright, but how did you know how I felt? You saw right through me that day. I was lost in space, but you pulled me down and wiped away those cloudy thoughts. I could see the sky.
Now I want you to go ahead and tell me that that isn't cool. That's one of the most fascinating things I've seen. I've seen it when I was a kid. I got stuck on it when I was a kid. But it's pretty awesome to be able to witness something like that. Technology back in the day that made somebody think of that and invent something of that nature is absolutely mind-blowing. And it's still in operation and still full effect today. So I'll have to find out how old that bridge is, and I'll link it in the description below, or I'll pop in later in the edit and let you know how old that bridge is. But it's absolutely fascinating to see something like that. It's even more fascinating when you get stuck on it. Now, it's spots like this along the water that I could just pull up a chair and just sit here all day. It's absolutely gorgeous. The water is so clear you can see all the way to the bottom. Now, it's not as clear as the water was in Greece, or should I say it's not as blue as the water was in Greece, but you can absolutely see all the way to the bottom. So if you're here fishing and you're not catching anything, look in the water, because clearly there's no fish around you. But it's nice here, a nice gorgeous little square on the water side. Going to walk down this stretch here and look at some local handmade items and try and take home a souvenir, because like I said, it's been a long time since I've been here and it's everyone's first time being here. So definitely a cool little place to walk around and check out, and make sure you take home some local handmade items. Keep the money local, right? That's the whole thing. Let's keep feeding the local economies, and I'd rather pay someone that took some time making something handmade than something that was made overseas and then imported into the country. It's always a better souvenir that way. Now, it's reasons like this I just walk the city, right? Like, you find these art murals all over throughout the city and the different buildings, like the cherry blossom trees here, the paintings, the sculptures. There's just so many different things to see when you walk around on the streets. Like, meow. But it's the artwork, it's the things like that that fascinate me. So being able to just stop and admire somebody's work, the time and energy and paint, the amount of effort it took to paint that mural is just absolutely astonishing. Now, you can take city bikes to get back to the terminal if you want it. It's $6 per person. Or if you're at a hotel, it's $10 per person. Tours for 30 minutes, shopping for 30 minutes. They do everything here. And city bike tours. But use those feet, get out there and get your steps in for the day. Chuck knows all about them steps after April. We're definitely not doing as many steps as we did back in April. But it's nice. This is a little side street. There's really not that many people down this street. And it's kind of nice. Not a ton of people harping you to come inside and shop at their stores, which is great. All right, nation, we arrived at our destination for lunch. We've come across this restaurant called Sweet Sin, and the prices are not relatively expensive. So for what I ordered, it was about 23 US. And for what Chuck and Sam ordered, what I was going to say Scott's not here, what Cam ordered was about $25 US. So they both went with the burger. I opted to go for the Boomba Bowl. I'll show you what's coming out, but that's it. We're here for lunch. So as soon as lunch arrives, I will gladly give you a tour of my plate, and I will hold off Chuck from eating his food to show you what he's got. And either Chuck or Cameron, one of them will sit there and suffer while I video their food. So either way. But Sweet Sin here in Curaçao, right outside the door is the big old sign that says Jushi. So make sure if you're coming here to eat, you stop, you grab that photo opportunity picture in front of the Jushi sign, and just enjoy your time here in Curaçao the way I have enjoyed my time. So not only do you have the Jushi sign, but on the one side you have the Jushi sign, the opposite side of the statue you have that Curaçao sign. So make sure you get that great photo opportunity. You take that picture, live your best life, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Lunch has arrived, and I will show you what that looks like here as I blocked the light coming in from the window behind me so you can see my face. But it's got some teriyaki chicken with some chopsticks, so it's itadakimasu. And it's got my favorite thing of all, Frenchy fries. Fries are hot, they're crunchy. And then we got that glorious teriyaki chicken covered with some sesame seeds. Look at that. It's like perfect little grill with some teriyaki. We got some shrimp crackers, some pickled veg. Y'all already know I don't do cucumber, so that's got to come out. But we got some gingered pickled onions. It's delicious. Chuck can have the cucumber all he wants. I don't do cucumber. But it's a nice bowl, right? It's a refreshing bowl. There's a lot of greens on the bottom. So we got some bean sprouts, some lettuce.
Ginger flavor to it.
So do the onions. Yeah, the onions are really good with that pickled ginger. But you just give it a nice little mix. Get a little bit of everything. The greens, the Brussels, the chicken. I opted for a healthy lunch option today. The unhealthy option is the French fries, and who am I kidding? I'll never give up the French fries. Whatever this sauce is that's in this little ramekin here, this is very good. It's like a thick sauce. I'm assuming it would go in the bowl, but I'd rather dip my French fries in it. But I'm gonna finish up lunch, y'all. Y'all already know the menus on the show, and I'll link the restaurant in the description below. See you on the outside. Now I'm gonna tell you, this restaurant right here is an absolute must if you're looking for a quick bite to eat while in Curacao. 4.5 stars on Google. Price was not too expensive. $92 US for all four of us to eat. But that chicken bowl that I had was absolutely refreshing. Perfect for this nice hot day. Like I was telling Chuck, the only thing that was missing on the bottom of that bowl was some noodles to soak up all of that teriyaki sauce to finish it out with. But that wouldn't have made it as healthy as it was. So absolutely delicious. Some pickled veg, some not Brussels sprouts, some bean sprouts, pickled veg, bean sprouts, and bok choy. Perfect combination for that bowl on this nice hot day. Absolutely refreshing and well worth it. Now, let's get over there and check out the signs. Now, it looks like on those hot days, except for today, this would be a little water fountain that comes out like a splash pad. But this is where you have the Curaçao sign on the one side and the douchey sign on the other side. I find these to be fascinating too. The big old bust painted all different types of ways. Absolutely fascinating. Then we have the Curaçao sign. And here we have the Curaçao sign. This one's actually cooler. From the streets to the fort, we are back inside the cruise port. Listen, I'm a poet and didn't even know it. It's fine, I do it all the time. Let me stop. It's been a wonderful day in Curaçao. We are making our way back to the cruise ship. Gonna hang out around the port area for a little bit before we get back on board. Grab a few things, just enjoy the day, take our time, and just leisurely make our way back to the port now that all of the shops in here are open, since they weren't open this morning. So I'm sure the group wants to do some shopping, and I want to grab me a drink. I need a cocktail or a tall glass of water. Either way. Who needs a cocktail when there's a candy store right there? My sweet tooth took over. I got a bar of Dutch chocolate and some sour candy because Cherry on Top did not have the sour candy I needed. I have no idea where the group is. I think they're way ahead of me, but it's okay. I know my way back to the ship. Let's make our way back on board. Check out that waterfall. Water fountain. Waterfall. Water fountain. Waterfalls to come in the next few days in the Dominican Republic if I decide to do an excursion or not. I still haven't made up my mind yet. But for now, it's back to the home away from home.